All right, guys, this is Krazy Kev here. I'm here with my man Elisha Ellison. Elijah, how we doing, my man?
Pretty good, brother. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. I can't complain. And yeah, man. I mean, you just had a fight not too long ago. I mean, talk to us a bit more about that matchup and what's maybe next for you here.
Yeah, man. That matchup was really long anticipated. I feel like we found out we were on contender in. Sorry, my nose is stuffy, but I got allergies. Found out we were on contender in April, and I think they told us our matchup around that time. So you're training for that guy. Um, yeah, and I think we're week 6 or something like that. So it's like August, middle August, and then it end up like I'm training and I'm getting a bunch of missed calls from Mick Maynard, and my coach is getting a bunch of missed calls, and my coach calls him back. He's like, "Hey, like some logistically is going wrong, and we're just gonna sign both of you guys and have you guys fight in Australia." Which was the worst flight of my life, bro. I've never sat on a plane for 28 hours, bro. And no excuses. Like I didn't go out there and perform to the best of my ability. But yeah, bro, that flight sucked. Australia's a beautiful place, cool people. But I do not want to fight back out there again. Hopefully we get on an Apex card here in March or the Seattle card. I mean, I know they're still building it. But yeah, man, I'm trying to get something quick. I get medically cleared. I think next week. So yeah, man, I mean, I'm back training full time. I mean, it didn't really stop, but yeah, man, I'm ready to get back in the cage.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing you back in the cage as well. And now, with you getting the call and just getting signed out, right? I mean, what was that kind of like just to get that call? I mean, did that take the pressure off? Or was it actually more pressure because now you're in the UFC? I mean, talk to us a little bit more about that.
I mean, bro, this is a grimy sport. I'm not just saying UFC. I'm just saying the MMA community in general. Um, so I feel like it put a certain amount of pressure on, but it also took a lot off because like contenders, like, hey, you win, you may not get signed. If you win good, you can get signed, but if you lose, you're definitely not getting signed. So like, getting to hear them like, hey, like you're now a UFC fighter, like that's every MMA fighter's dream come true, bro. Like I legit, I think my coach told me we're in the middle of a just class. We just finished up MMA, and he was like, "Hey, like I got bad news. Like Eli's contender fight got canceled." And he didn't even tell me beforehand, bro. So I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this is the first I'm ever hearing about this. And then he's like, but he got signed to the UFC, bro. I slid down the wall. Got a little teary eyed, but I'm not gonna hold you. Um, but yeah, man, like it's like I said, it's every MMA fighter's dream, bro. No matter where you're at in your journey, like that is the call you want to get. So yeah, man.
Yeah, no, good for you, man. I'm definitely glad you were able to get signed outright. And now, like you mentioned, you're looking to try to get on maybe Apex card or UFC Seattle. I mean, you've I've seen in other interviews you've been calling out like AJ Fry. Is that still an opponent you'd still like? And if not him, I mean, who else would you maybe have in mind?
Oh, bro, I would love that. That fight. I mean, I mean, just logistically, and then like stat wise, it makes sense. Like I think we have around the similar like record. 5-2. I think he may be 5-1, maybe 5-2. Correct me if I'm wrong. Um, but like he's coming off a decision loss. I'm coming off a knockout loss. I've had a lot more time in between to recover. Um, but yeah, man. Like I just think stylistically, it makes a lot of sense. He's a striker. I'm a striker. Shit ain't going to the ground, bro. That's not what where either of us playing. He's finished a bunch of guys in the past, and so have I. And we're both owning one of the company, and we're both looking to get our first win. Um, I think it makes for an exciting matchup. I'm hoping the matchmakers feel the same way. To be honest, I feel like the UFC signs a lot of heavyweights, so or has recently signed a bunch of heavyweights. Like I didn't even know he was on a card. Like respectfully, like I just didn't know um, they had signed two new heavyweights because, bro, yeah. So, um, yeah, I just think it makes a lot of sense, and to get to fight on an Apex card, like he's recently fought on an Apex card. I recently fought like on the bigger stage, which we both dealt with UFC jitters. Like it's out the way. Like I think it leads to a good UFC matchup. But ultimately, it's up to the matchmakers. We haven't looked at too many others just because I don't even know who's booked, who's not, bro, and who's out on injury. That's the big thing about. Sorry, I'm talking a lot, but like that's the big thing about the heavyweights. There's only like 33 of us, 34 of us. Guys are already booked or coming off fights, so they're injured, or they're out in concussion protocol, or they're just busy with life. They're working. Like so, as far as I know, he doesn't have a fight booked. It just makes sense to me. Um, yeah, I haven't really looked at too many. That's who I got my eyes set on right now. But if they call and say, "Hey, it's gonna be this other guy," then it is what it is. So, yeah, man.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I definitely think AJ would be a fun matchup as well. I definitely hope he is interested and you kind of get the call for that fight as well. And
Yeah,
now, like you mentioned, I mean, there's not a ton of heavyweights. I mean, with that being said, I mean, it's not going to take like super long if you get on a winning streak to get in the rankings. I mean, how does that
yeah.
kind of feel, to like kind of be in that position? And then also, how long do you think it can maybe take for you to potentially be in the rankings one day as well?
Honestly, okay. Uh, I think it's a dope position, like to be in a smaller weight class because, like you said, like you win 3 fights in a row against the right people, you can be in the top 15. Um, but like, I want to, I want to take baby steps, like because I'm trying to make as much money as I can. So like our beginning contract, I'm not gonna get into numbers, but like we're not making as much as these top 15 guys. So if I can get as many, you know, prelim cards or prelim fights or early prelim fights stacked up as much as I can to where I'm making a good amount of money. So then by the time I hit the top 15, I'm making top 15 like worthy money. That would be the goal. Like I see there's this heavyweight, last name of Denise. I think like his first fight, uh, or no, it was the guy I think who beat geez, one of these Samoan guys, bro. But anyways, he won his he won his debut fight and then got hit in the top 15. But you're not making much money, bro, off your first fight. And so I mean, yeah, but that's a rough start. And so like in a way I'm kind of thankful that everything played out the way it did. I wish I would have won, but it is what it is. Um but yeah, it is what it is. So
Yeah, yeah, no, it definitely is what it is, and I'm definitely think that's a good outlook. And now another thing I was like curious about as well too, man. I mean, you started your pro career around like 2023. I mean, now you're in the
yeah.
UFC like 3 years later. I mean, talk us a little bit more about that journey and like how you kind of got started with MMA and more about that.
Yeah, bro. I think I took my first pro fight like late December 2023. And then I pretty much started fighting. I had a fight, my first amateur fight, like December 6th or something like that, 2022. So I did a year of amateur, and then my coach just kind of sat me down. He was like, "Bro, I think you got the potential." I was doing some government contracting at the time, so I was like, like I don't know if I can do this full time, bro. I still got to pay bills and whatnot. And he's like, "Bro, you can do it if you." It was just pretty much walking by faith, bro. Like, I quit my job, or no, sorry, my contract ended, and then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just like try and file for unemployment, and then try and fight full time and knock as many as I can out, and then try and get on contender before the summer. And it didn't play out as quick as I wanted, but I mean, still like a year and a half professionally fighting, and I'm in the UFC now. So I think I don't know, bro. It just all happened in the blink of an eye, and
Yeah,
yeah, it's still kind of surreal, and I still like it's still funny to think like I'm following these MMA pages, and I'm like, dang, like it must be cool to be in the UFC sometimes. I'm like, well, hang on, bro, you're in the UFC, like relax. And so, uh, yeah, I don't think it's fully set in yet. Hopefully, it'll set in after my first win, and Yeah, I feel like a lot of guys deal with like the imposter syndrome. Like I snuck into the UFC, but like, bro, obviously the UFC sees something in you, whether it's potential or the skill set that you're already displaying, and they think you're UFC material. And to be UFC material, you're fighting the top whatever under 1% in the world. So that's where it's like a reality check to myself. Like, hey, bro, like you obviously have some type of potential to be on this stage because they're not paying these dudes whatever they're paying them for nothing. So um, it's a blessing to say all that. To say the least, it's a blessing, bro.
Yeah. No, that's, definitely awesome. That's, definitely a good mindset. I'm, definitely glad, everything has, been working out so far. And, now when it comes to your last fight, you mentioned, you had, like, a super long flight in Australia. That's definitely insane. It's, insane, that flight was so long. And, you mentioned, Australia was pretty cool to see. Was there any, like, cool places or, like, things you went out to eat, when you're in Australia? And if so, what were maybe, some of those places?
Bro, I we went to like this I don't know if it was like Venezuelan or like Chilean steakhouse. Bro, it was fire, dog. And like um their Australian currency. So I bought like a bomb ass big ass steak for like minute on the dollar, like to what it would have been in the US. And then we went to I just thought maybe I don't know what I thought about Australia. I thought kangaroos were just gonna be jumping around and shit like in the street, but like that that wasn't the case. But we went to like a zoo because we definitely wanted to see some kangaroos. I wanted to taste um, kangaroo tail. I guess that's like a delicacy over there. Like you know how we have like oxtails over here?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
guess it's
yeah.
like the same thing over there. I
Okay.
didn't get that, but I did get to see kangaroo and some weird ass birds and shit like that. But Australia's beautiful, bro. Like the beaches are gorgeous. Outside of the sharks and stuff, I didn't see none. But outside of that, bro, like at least Perth is a gorgeous city, bro.
Nice. That's, I'm definitely glad, you were able to have a good time out there as well. And, no, I mean, getting back into that last fight, I mean, that was, back in September now. I mean, talk
Yep.
us a little bit more about, how you're kind of been, improving, since that fight and how you kind of been, working on your game, since then.
Bro, biggest thing I noticed was how low my hands were. So we've definitely been drilling harder than anything. Boxing, bro. And just our stand up game overall, and then working out of bad positions. So a lot of people think, um, as I watch my fight back, like I was in on like a double leg, and then like I'm catching elbows to the head, and a lot of people think like I dropped to my guard. But bro, I was rocked the entire time. So you're trying to like gain your composure. So you're trying to figure out it's like a chess game, bro. Like you may make a move that you think is the best move at the time, and it's not. So I was just trying to find some kind of recovery time, bro. And like while still being rocked, like yeah, it is what it is. But um, definitely work in bad positions. A lot of hand work, bro. Um, definitely working our body kicks because I feel like I didn't throw any at all. And I just want to be more confident on the feet, bro. I feel like that's where a lot of heavyweight fights start and end. So I wanna feel comfortable, in the fire.
Yeah, no, I definitely think, that's a good, mindset. I'm definitely glad, you're able to, improve those things and see that in your game. And, now you mentioned, potentially, fighting, with March, with Apex or maybe even Seattle. How active do you kind of want to be in, 2026? How many fights are you maybe looking to have?
I think it just depends on how healthy I am. Honestly, if I could crank multiple fights out, I would love to. Hopefully, God willing, like whenever this next fight is, like ends in a finish, first round, hopefully. Dude, I'll take a damn fight if it makes sense 2 weeks later. Cause I gotta get on the way and I got bills to pay. So um yeah, bro, I wanna be as active as I can. I think the company likes that. I'm trying to be a company man because that's how you stay with the company. So yeah, man, I would love hopefully to get at least 3 fights before the year ends. So yeah, man.
Yeah, I think, 3 fights is, definitely realistic. I definitely hope, you're able to, pull that off as well. And, now, when it comes to your fighting career, I mean, what are maybe, some of your goals, that you might have, right now for 2026 or maybe just in general?
Honestly, I want to like what we were just talking about, how many fights I want to get. I want to be 3-0 by the end of the year. Um, I'm not trying to lose. That's never in my game plan at all. Um, but I want to hopefully be working up the rankings slowly. Not talking about like top 15, but hopefully get on my second contract and yeah, bro, just make as much. And I don't know anybody in this company that's not in it for the money, bro. Like we wouldn't be trying to tear each other's heads off in front of thousands of people if we weren't. Um, so I'm just trying to make as much money as I can, bro, and ultimately, uh, spread like talk about Jesus Christ, bro. Like that's he's my savior, and I wouldn't be here without him. So make as much money and talk about Jesus in the opposite order.
There you go. Yeah, that's awesome, man. Definitely some good stuff there. And now, like you mentioned, trying to make some money, man. I mean, you obviously have a lot of finishes in your MMA career. I mean, what was maybe your favorite finish, or potentially maybe even your favorite fight that you had overall?
Definitely the fight that I think got me the contender fight. It was last January, January 25th, if I'm not mistaken. Against a dude who is a decent wrestler. He just wrestles people to the ground and kind of lays on them. I was able to stop the takedowns, and I threw an overhand. In the video, it looks like I landed. I completely missed it, but it like turned him off to the side, and he tried to regain his composure and his balance, and I freaking smoked him with a kick to the face, bro. Like that is the dopest finish I've ever had. Uh, because I've never flatlined somebody like that before. So that was pretty dope.
That's awesome. That definitely sounds like a sick highlight, and I'm definitely glad I was able to help you get on the contender series.
Yep.
And yeah, no, I mean, we've been talking a lot about your MMA career, man. But talk us a little bit more about what you kind of like to do outside the cage when you're not in there training and fighting.
All right, bro. Okay. I love playing Red Dead Redemption, bro.
Yeah, there you go.
Specifically Red Dead 2.
Okay.
I'm like 96% complete with the progress.
Nice.
Other than that, like I like spending time with my dog and my wife, and like just kind of prepping for my son to be here in March. Yeah, bro. I'd stay inside, bro. If I'm not going out to eat food somewhere, I'm a foodie. So if I'm not going out somewhere to eat food somewhere, you'll catch me in the crib, man. Like I don't go out do too much. Like I was a reckless kid, and like the way you stay out of trouble, like growing up, was just kind of stay in the house. So I'm doing that in my later age now that I'm not in the streets no more. So
Good. No, I'm definitely glad you're able to have some fun outside the cage. Red Dead Redemption is definitely an awesome game. Glad you brought that up, man. Good for you. And
yeah.
yeah, I mean, you mentioned potentially having a child as well too in March. Do you think that would maybe mess up maybe your flight plans as well or anything like that?
I don't think so. Everybody's
Okay,
that's
good.
a good question. Everybody's had that same question, I would say. But for me, bro, like the timing doesn't mean anything to me. Like I was in the military prior to this. Like inconvenient timing is what the military is great at. But I think it'll give me motivation to win more. Like everybody talks about like what's your why, and my family is the why reason I fight, and just trying to be a good role model and an amazing fighter that my son can look up to and be like that's my dad. Like that's who I want to be, and yeah, man, like I'm not worried about like God's timing is going to be the best timing. So um I don't think he'll allow something to like intervene, but yeah, man, like I think I'm okay with the timing, and my wife is too. So
Good. No, I'm glad that will all work out for you. That's definitely good to hear. And now you mentioned having that military background. When you were in the military, did you have any sort of like MMA training at the time, or did you need it for your or for the military at all as well?
yeah, so I was on the towards my later career, I was on um the military base up here is Joint Base Lewis McChord. So I was on the Joint Base Lewis McChord Army Combatives team. So we traveled around and did combatives competitions, or we trained like other units on base. They would come in and get combatives certified. So it's like for a couple of scenarios, like they would enter a room and you're like punching on them, and they gotta figure out a way how to like kill you, like disarm you, and then get to their primary firearm and eliminate the threat. But um, yeah, man, that was I think probably the gateway that kind of opened up the door to mixed martial arts for me. My the our commander or the NCOIC at the time, he owned a MMA gym right outside base, and now he owns like three jujitsu gyms around Washington called Alliance. But he's really the one who got me into doing all this. And my teammate at the gym, so we would train on base, and then afterward we would go to his jujitsu gym. And one of the dudes I trained with was Connor Matthews. He was in the UFC for a little bit. Um, he was a combat controller in the Air Force. Um, but yeah, man, like just seeing these guys do amazing things outward, like they're after the military, has made the goal of getting to the UFC more obtainable for me.
Yeah. No, that's awesome that you mentioned, Connor Matthews. I actually, didn't know that about him, so that's pretty cool that you're able to, meet him and do something like that with him
Yeah.
as well. And, now when it comes to, fighting as well, man, I mean, do you watch, the UFC or MMA at all? And if so, who are maybe, some of your favorite fighters that you like to watch, if you do?
Um, so before I started fighting, not really, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I can't lie about it. Like I didn't really watch any UFC. Like I was a cop, bro. I didn't
Okay.
really care about what was going on. But like as a kid, I remember my brother. Uh, he would like turn on Spike TV, and when UFC was on Spike TV, like I remember seeing Forrest Griffin and like Rampage Jackson. Like I remember them throwing up the like clips of him like tearing down the door in the Tough House, and those are just the kind of things I feel like. Okay, this is it's always been around me, bro. So I feel like this is why I'm here. Like God has always been pushing me to this MMA journey. I've just done other things, and like I'm happy where I'm at now.
Yeah, no, it's, that's definitely, pretty cool. I'm definitely, glad you're able to check those out. And, now you mentioned, being a cop as well. I mean, now I'm actually a Taekwondo instructor, but, at my gym we have like jujitsu and, Muay Thai as well. I don't teach those, but other people do. But, we have a lot of like, police officers as well as like,
Yeah,
come in and do like jujitsu and everything. How important do you think that is to kind of have like some sort of like a martial arts background or just even like a jujitsu background, being a police officer, just with today's, day and age?
bro. I think. Well, let me just. I think every cop should have at least jujitsu, like be a jujitsu blue belt um, to get on the force. Like any department, I think every cop should be a blue belt at minimum. It is just so important, bro. Like I don't know how many times I started my jujitsu career late, but I think if I would have started when I first became a cop, some situations wouldn't have been as bad as they were. Like I remember um, I was on like when you first become a cop, you get placed on field training time. So it was my time, it was my field training, and we got a call for like a dude who was threatening store workers at this store called Fred Meyer's. And I get in there and I see the knife in his hand, so I pull my gun out. I'm like, "Hey man, let me see your hands." And this dude was like tweaked out, bro. He had like a thong on. I remember seeing the thong like stripes over his hips
Yeah.
and like a trench coat on. Dude was tweaked out, bro. And he put the knife away, and my buddy Blanco gets there. Shout out to Blanco. He got there. He like clapped. He was like, "Hey!" And I remember picking him up. I put my gun away. I picked him up and suplexed him on his head, bro. It sounded like if you dropped a bowling ball like on the floor. And I just remember seeing like a pool of blood like start to pool out from under his head. And he eventually, I mean, I think he got escorted to the hospital. But I don't know. I feel like we could have probably did some team takedown if I had like a background in jujitsu. Um, but that just shows the importance. Like when you don't know anything, you're overly hurting guys, bro, and the optics just look terrible. But when you're trained in something, it looks a lot cleaner.
Yeah. No, I definitely think, that's an interesting, perspective of how you kind of broke that down, and, that's definitely a crazy scenario as well. I'm, definitely glad you were able to share that with me, and,
Yeah.
yeah, man, it's been, awesome talking to you. I really appreciate you, taking the time today. It means a lot. What's maybe your final message out there to the fans, watching this video?
Uh, Jesus Christ loves you, man. Like I grew up in a rough area, bro. Making stupid decisions. uh, Running with the wrong people because I didn't know who I was inside, bro. And I just did what everybody else around me did. Stand up for yourself, know who you are, man, and stick up for what you believe in.
Yeah,
That's
that's
it.
an awesome message. I love it, man. Thank you so much for, taking the time. This was an awesome interview, and,
Oh,
looking
thank
forward
you,
to
brother.
your next, fight, my man.
I appreciate it, bro. Thank you.